think that I touched on before about themed roadmaps and moving away from these Gantt chart style roadmaps. And actually, the more and more product owners I talk to, that seems to be a growing trend. And especially like when you go to different product meetups and things like that, there is more and more people who are saying, yeah, I get this whole noose around my neck type of Gantt chart thing, committing to things that I'm never going to be able to do or are unrealistic to do, are going to be out of date when I come around doing them. So actually, the building roadmaps around themes is a really positive trend. I think hopefully it doesn't get bastardized like MVP and people start to misinterpret it and misuse it and maybe try and frame customer problems into features, which I've seen a couple of people try and do before now. Like they write the customer problem and then tag on the end, I will solve this customer problem by building a rate tracking feature or by building this. It's kind of, what's the point in having the customer problem if you jump straight into the solution anyway? But yeah, more and more we've got this trend towards themed roadmaps, which I think will continue. We've also definitely a trend at TravelX, and I'm not sure how widely this is used, but it's having what we call WIGs, which are wildly important goals. It comes from a book called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. And a WIG says that every team should have one thing that they are incredibly focused on achieving. So everyone in the team could recite what their wildly important goal was. But actually, that trend really allows teams to have a focus on what they're doing. So, and when I talked before about knowing your purpose, and are you a bricklayer or are you building a cathedral? The WIG actually helps that. It helps everyone every day when they come to work be aware that their goal for the next quarter or whatnot is this, and this is how it's going to be measured. And I think that's a real positive trend. It gets, again, people away from having operational type of metrics and looking at customer-centric improvements and really focusing teams. So yeah, I would definitely say trends towards themed roadmaps is probably the most positive trend I've seen in the last couple of years. But also wildly important goals is another trend which seems to be kicking off, which I also think it'll be massively positive. Probably the most worrying trend that I see recently is product owners who think they are UX or UI people, or product owners that think they can jump to wireframes before user stories. So whether or not they think they can do it or whether or not they're overly influenced by design teams who think they can do it. But actually a trend towards jumping straight into solving a problem before you fully understood it is very worrying, I think. Any product owner who starts to show you wireframes before they've defined out what that product might look like isn't a good product owner, if I can be as bold as saying that. Any product owner who has got a design team and doesn't use them and thinks they can build out UX before, I think poor product owners. Again, I've worked in teams where product owners will do the user stories, then do draft wireframes and give those wireframes to the design team to build their wireframes off. And that's terrible because, for one, the product owner kind of loves their own designs and overly influences the design team to go down their own track. But for two, it biases the design team's thinking because instantly they've seen a solution and no doubt they'll hang on that solution as a thing and an avenue that they can go and explore. So yeah, I think negative trend towards product owners who increasingly think they can fill a design void.